Okay, today I want to talk about my periods. And I know this sounds super personal, and it is, but it has to do with being in perimenopause and being perimenopausal. And I know I don't often talk about my own personal business like this, but the good thing about the world right now is that people are talking about menopause, perimenopause, and so many other things. And so here we go. And I really need to talk about this. Please write down below if you see me, if you hear me, if you relate to me, because I really could use a little bit of moral support here. Honestly, since being in perimenopause, my periods have been cray cray. What cray cray? When I tell you they are jacked, I mean they are jacked up. And this video is a little bit about education, but it's mostly about me venting probably, but also to let you know that if you feel this way, like, first of all, write me so I know I'm not alone, but also please know you're not alone. Perimenopause has really changed my periods. And we know that the perimenopausal stage, right? That's not menopause. You're still getting your periods and doing your things, but it's a period of transition. A lot of people's periods during perimenopause get shorter and lighter. Oh, not mine though. No, 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 no. That'd be way too easy. Mine are so heavy. When I tell you how heavy my periods are, we're talking like if I had periods this heavy when I were younger, I would have had to go to the doctor and be like, hey, is there something we can do? Now, mind you, I have talked to my doctor, by the way. I've talked to my GYN. Everything's okay. There's no underlying problem that we know about, okay? He even gave me some medications to help with just sort of all like the heaviness and everything like that. So there is that, but they are very, very heavy. I feel like I should buy stock in Tampax. Maybe I will. I don't know. I'm just saying it's a joke, but I'm just saying I use so many tampons. It's unreal. Another thing is that my periods are regular because I am on the birth control pill. Yeah, a little bit more information. I don't know what my mom's going to say when she sees this, but I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, not my mom, but this is life, right? This is life. But the other thing is like my mood swings around my periods is much, much different than it used to be. Now, I've always had, I would say, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, which means that around my period, especially, there was a lot of topsy-turviness with my moods. But let me tell you, it's like literally with being in perimenopause, it's like my periods are on drugs. Like when I tell you they are completely like my moods are out of whack, and it's not just those days like right around the period. It's like a whole week leading up to it. I'm doing this video now and talking about it because it's something I'm going through right now. Not only that, but the cramping. I used to only get cramping when I had my period. Now I'm starting to get cramping actually a few days before my period even starts. Like when I tell you that my periods are a mess and they are disruptive, it is perimenopause. I have never been like this in my entire life. The mood changes, the hunger, the cravings. Like last night, luckily I had some frozen like chocolate chip cookies, like the Toll House chocolate chip cookies or whatever brand that you can eat raw because it doesn't have like it's formulated so you can eat raw. Oh yeah, I'm eating chocolate chip cookies out the freezer raw. Yeah. Cravings are off the chain. My mood is off the chain. My periods are heavier. And the cramping. Okay, so I mentioned that I start cramping before my periods come on. The cramps that I have during my period are so much worse than anything I've ever had before my entire life. It is really bad to the point where I am using heating pads. I am having to like actually opt out of things and engagements and stuff like that. Sometimes like going out with people because I don't feel so good. Once again, you're probably saying, well, Dr. Jen, something sounds wrong. I've talked to my doctor and I'm doing okay. I'm getting my regular exams and all that kind of stuff. What I would say is that if any of these things happen to you, I do want you to see your doctor to make sure they're okay, because all these changes don't have to be perimenopause. That is one thing I need to say, because as we talk about perimenopause and menopause, everybody is like, oh, all this stuff can be all da 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 da, but it doesn't have to be perimenopause and menopause. What I'm trying to sort of express, though, is just how much my life has changed during my periods in this perimenopause phase that I've never simply had and experienced before. And it's not just the physical stuff. It's also the mental stuff. It's how you're feeling. It's how your mood is, and so many different things. So I'm just here maybe to vent. Maybe I just needed to talk about this. But I appreciate you allowing me to vent. There are other symptoms that one might have. And remember what I said before is that many women actually have lighter periods. They're not heavier, etc. Sometimes they become more irregular. I'm, again, on the birth control pill. I use that for obviously birth control, but acne as well. Like, it helps with acne for me. Anyway, now y'all know just everything. But this is real life, right? And this is our bodies and this is our health. And this is something important for you to know. So I guess for those of you who are out there listening, I would love it if you could write in the comments, if has your period changed in perimenopause? And what has the change been? Like, what have you experienced? What are you going through? I would love to know. It will help me. I also have other videos on perimenopause and menopause. I'll make sure I link that. If you're watching on Facebook, I'll link that here. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'll link that here. If you're watching on Facebook, just ask me and I'll link it. But I have a playlist of videos. So anyway, thank you for letting me vent. I'm Dr. Jen. It's good to see you. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Threads, all that kind of stuff. Now I'm wondering if I should even post this video if I shared too much information. Did I share too much information? All right, guys. Bye.